What do you do, guys? It is your boy, Leon Mookie here, back with you with another new part of What If Izuku Can Summon Heroic Spirits. This is part 19, and a little bit of a short recap. Izuku was able to defeat Shoto, and moving on to that of the semifinals, with many of the matches still going on like they would in canon, except which Izuku fighting against Ida. Even though he didn't have much time to recover his mana reserves for his magic circuits, he was still able to keep up with Ida by using that of reinforcement magic and also using that of his protection magic craft as well, used by creating that of black keys, by keeping Ida on his toes and directing his attacks towards him, with even using that of remote magic craft that he learned from Sheba. Also, turns out many of his servants are feeling worried that if he continues using that of fusion magic craft to become a pseudo servant with them, will Izuku be the same Izuku that they admire and look up to, the same adorable master that they cherish deeply. Only time will tell. But then, it's now time for the final match between Izuku and Bakugo. So, with all that said, let's get into this, shall we, guys? As it's now time. The one thing that everybody has been looking forward to and is excited for, the finals of the first year's UA Sports Festival, with the crowd going wild, waiting for the perfect opportunity to see these opponents go against each other. On the left corner, you have that of Izuku Midoriya, the one person, not only that he was the one to give that of the student pledge, but is also proven that he has basically remained in first place throughout the entirety of the first year of sports festival, from the obstacle course race to the cavalry battle, and was even able to defeat the son of the number 2 hero in that of the second rounds of the final event, proving that this kid really does have something going on. And then you have that of Katsuki Bakugo, a person that's remained mainly in that of either third or second place. However, throughout the entirety of this event, he's basically pushed himself forward over and over again, overwhelming his opponents with pure and raw force alone. So now we would see these two going head to head, one with limitless potential and one with pure raw determination to surpass those in front of him. This is what people have been waiting for and excited to see. Back with Class 1A, Shoto soon arrived back at the booth where everyone was at. Within soon, Momo noticed Shoto saying, "Todoroki, you're back." With him saying, "Yeah, I was given permission to come back up here. Just need to make sure to leave these bandages on me for at least a day or two." It's what Midoriya's quirk said. With then soon, Momo saying, "I see. Nightingale, was it?" Saying, "Yes, I believe that's what she's called." With Momo putting her hand to her chin in that of a thinking pose, within real thinking, Florence Nightingale. Within also remembering Fuma Evil Wind Kotaro, Oda Nobunaga, and Sigurd. Midoriya has named each and every one of his sentient quirks after famous figures. Not only that, they almost seem somewhat accurate to their, counterparts. The only difference is that the Oda that Midoriya calls her is a girl, where Oda Nobunaga is a male. Not only that, bringing up Fuma Evil Wind Kotaro, they say that he was a ruthless, twisted, and self-centered person. They only said that when he was a child, looked after by his adopted mother, that he was a kind-hearted person. But as growing older, he was more selfish and more twisted, more manipulative as well. And yet, within seeing the red-headed, short teenage boy that's hair always covers his eyes, saying, "Evil Wind Fuma Kotaro that Midoriya has is nothing like him. If anything, he acts like your typical timid and shy teenage boy just like our age. He even looks like our age as well. So it doesn't make any sense why Midoriya would name each and every one of his sentient quirks after these figures. Something's going on and I need to figure this out. If I don't, this is seriously going to bug me." With Momo continuing thinking this, little did she know, Shoto and not only that, Kyoka were also looking at Momo, worried for their, vice president. Still in the arena, in one of the exits on the top rows of the sports festival, Hawks is still looking at the sports festival. Within him couldn't help but narrow his eyes as everybody continues to cheer. However, you would think that the reason he's narrowing his eyes was because of Izuku for coming this far, but that's not the case. Well, it's somewhat the case. However, he's narrowing his eyes because of his last meeting, his last conversation with the board of the HPSC, the Hero Public Safety Commission, after that last fight with Izuku and Shoto during the second round. It turns out they weren't so happy about it. As he goes through back in the memory with the call outside of the arena, as he's currently talking with the current chairwoman of the HPSC, saying, "Seriously? You want me to what? If you ever get the chance, eliminate Izuku Midoriya." With then Hawks saying, "Out of the question." With her saying, "Are you defying an order, Hawks? You've always been loyal till this point. Why would you? I'm not going to kill the kid just because you all are afraid of him. Screw that. Don't you get it? He has so much potential. You've seen what he was capable of in the fight with Endeavor's kid. Do you really want to waste that by trying to get rid of him?" Then the director explaining, calmly saying, "I understand what you mean, Hawks. Somebody of his talents, somebody with a quirk like he has, it would be a waste. Let's also bring in the fact that a quirk like that, a quirk that is strong as that, is uncontrollable. It's unpredictable. We see he's able to enhance his physical strength and abilities, create that of wind and lightning, create that of multiple weapons and even vehicles as well. Let's also bring in the fact that his so-called sentient quirks are so sentient to the point that they seem like they're human beings. They've also protected him for so long. And I also like to bring in the fact that every attempt that we try to do to converse him to be part of the Hero Public Safety Commission has ended in failures, threatening him, possibly bribing him, even to the point of even threatening his own mother and destroying their company that they have built up as well, as financial supporters has failed as well. So this has to be the only option. He is too dangerous to be let live after all, and must be eliminated right here and now. After the award ceremony is over, either he wins or loses. I'm asking you to get rid of him. This is a direct order, Hawks. Or is it that you basically want you and your mother to suffer again?" Within hearing that, Hawks couldn't help but clench his fist over his phone to the point that he's actually about to crush it, saying, "I understand. I absolutely do. But I will say this. I still refuse." With her saying, "Are you serious?" "I am. I refuse to kill a kid. All because you all can't handle the fact that there's something that you can't control in this world. It's bad enough that you put so many restrictions on that of UA, and you continue to try to this day. But now you basically want you want me to kill an innocent kid who has done nothing wrong one bit, all because of his fear of his quirk and abilities. And for that, I refuse. I refuse to allow that whatsoever. And for that, I'm done with, I'll still be your little agent. Call me if there's somebody that you do need to be killed, or does. But if it revolves around Midoriya, no. Within Hawk's thinking, he may have dirt on me, but I've seen it. Throughout this entirety event, he doesn't seem like he's arrogant, self-entitled, or anything like that. Even with the fight against Endeavor's kid, it almost seemed like he was trying to help him, not trying to push him, egg on his buttons, or basically force him to fight. Throughout that entire fight, Midoriya was trying to save him from himself. And why would I want to kill somebody who genuinely wants to help people? I refuse. I refuse to do that to somebody like him who genuinely deserves the title of being called a hero. Within saying, if there's somebody else you want me to eliminate, I'll do it freely. But if it's somebody, however, Midoriya is off the table. That's final. You can punish me all you want, but that's how it is for me. This is goodbye, ma'am, for the time being, until I meet you once more. Within soon, she's saying, wait, Keigo, do not! Within, Hawk's hanging up on her, before then slumping back onto the wall, before even going down to the ground, and couldn't help but take off his visor, before saying, this is the life I've chosen, for not just myself, but my mother as well. I chose this because it's the only way for me to live, the only way for me to survive. I was okay with killing people if it was necessary, but I refused. I refused to kill kids. That was the number one rule. I made it clear. And they plan on going back on that rule for me. Well, I'll go back on theirs. Simple as that. But soon, Hawk's taking a deep breath in and out over and over again before standing back up. His wings basically rise up into attention with that of the red wings feathers basically flowing down to the ground as he soon flies up and back to the stadium, getting out of his own memory, saying, Midoriya, show them what you're capable of in this event. Prove that you're either strong or powerful. With then soon outside of UA and out of the sports festival in two certain locations. The first location being that in the center of Tokyo at the Public Hero Safety Commission's HQ. As director of the HPSC couldn't help but sigh, looking at her fellow council members, saying Hawks refuses to do the task. It's understandable given that he's being asked to kill a child. Within one of them saying, so, do we ask another one of our agents to do so? With one of them saying, I recommend that of one of our lower ranking agents. They may not be top 10 material, but they're close enough. They will be able to get the job done. No collateral in the process as well. Within the director saying, no, I will not allow that. Hawks was our best agent to getting the job done when it comes to getting rid of threats to Hero Society. If he is refusing, then no one else can do it. Well, except one. With then one of the councilmen couldn't help but say, wait a minute. You don't mean her. Within, she turned around to her fellow council members saying, we already had suggestions of wanting to use her. Originally, I thought it was nothing but a joke, but a choice. But she may be useful. She may have been unstable when she took the life of my predecessor. But instead of putting a leash on her, we allowed her to roam. And to her, at least with still supervision as well, all we need to do is show her the dangers of allowing somebody like this boy to continue to live. The dangers that they could do to not just the Hero Society, but the weakness to to the very thing that she vows to protect, the innocent that she speaks of. With after saying that, you could see that of a simple smirk on that of the elderly blonde-haired woman. However, in another location across that of Japan, in a large building with multiple medical equipment around that of one chair, as they are basically getting a look at the entirety of the sports festival, seeing the final match between that of Izuku Midoriya and Katsuki Bakugo about to begin, but then him thinking, Izuku Midoriya, your quirk, or rather, should I say quirks by any chance, are quite something else. I thought Tomura was being ridiculous about sentient quirks, having that of human forms and abilities. He normally uses that gamer talk that I normally do not understand, but I get the lingo. But although he may have been on something, maybe, just maybe, there's somebody with a quirk the same as mine, similar to mine. Possibly, instead of being able to take quirks, he's the ability to unlock new quirks. My. The world is continue to evolve more daily by the day. I can't help but get even more curious about you and want to know more about your quirk, Izuku Midoriya. With then soon a surprisingly obese and bald-headed doctor with that of a bushy mustache and somewhat fancy gear-like glasses, as you can't see his face, but the glasses tint from the lenses show it all. With then him saying, my sir, you've taken quite the interest in this boy. He looks familiar, but I can't put my finger onto it. With then All For One saying, well, if you're curious about him, then maybe he's interesting. Maybe he'll be quite interesting in the future. Maybe if I can ask Tomura to take him for me, if he plans to attack UA another time, knowing him, he will. With then soon the doctor saying, if you say so, master. But let you know, the boy with a quirk like that, he would give me quite a bit of data. Before you either take his quirk or something like that, I would love to copy it and add it to my collection. Who knows how much powerful Nomus I'll be able to create with them. Hearing this, the man in the chair couldn't help but smile. However, you couldn't see his eyes because of his entire head being completely and utterly scarred, but you can see his mouth, as his mouth alone having that of a pharaoh grin, saying, always smile, always having a curiosity of quirks, it seems, doctor. Well, saying, I guess I can't lie myself. I am quite curious as well. With that, it seems that Izuku having more than one target on his back. However, back at the UA Sports Festival, soon, President Mike getting back on the mic saying, well, it's now time. Sorry to keep you all waiting, but it's time. Time for the final event of the first year sports festival. Both our competitors have basically reached the top of the top. They've shown what they're capable of, and they've shown their tenacity to never giving up. On one corner, we have that of the unbeatable, the unstoppable, and the one that's basically proven that he can take on anybody. Here he is, Izuku Midoriya! With everybody soon cheering for the messy greenette. And as Izuku having that of a serious look on his face. With then soon, President Mike continues saying, and on the other corner, we have that of the bombastic, overpowered, and quite the attitude-wearing young man that has gone to the top all this way, even coming from that of third place to second place. Here he is. We have Katsuki Bakugo! With once again the crowd going wild once more. not on the same level as Izuku, but still pretty much loud as well. With then Bakugo glaring straight at Izuku, saying, "This is my chance. I'll finally destroy you. I'll finally bring you down." But then soon, as Bakugo continually looking at Izuku, instead of seeing the current Izuku, all he sees is 4 to 5-year-old Izuku Midoriya, looking like he's shaking in his boots. However, to Izuku, all he sees is current Bakugo, the current Bakugo who stands before him and he wants to defeat. Within soon remembering the words that he said to his servants. Within him saying, "I want to fight against Kachan alone." Within all of his servants couldn't help but be shocked and surprised. Within Nobu saying, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! You want to fight that feral bastard all by yourself? Why? You know you could." Then Izuku saying, "Guys, even if I wanted to use that of my fusion magic craft, I wouldn't be able to. I'm still pretty low on magic circuits, and when fighting against Ida, I used quite a bit to use that little trap of mine to stop him as well. So I'm still pretty low. The best thing I could do was stand my ground and fight back with that of reinforcement magic and create weapons from that of projection. I could still use my elemental magic craft too, but it won't be much. It won't be on the same level that I did before against that of Ida and Todoroki." With then soon Sigurd saying, "Figures as much. I'm guessing using that of fusion magic craft with that of Kotaro was what drained you quite a bit, even if it was for a short while." With then soon Sheba speaking up saying, "Makes sense. It would make a lot of sense on why you didn't push the match any further with Ida. You were basically trying to conserve as much magicraft as you could. It's the reason why you didn't use any of your other projection weapons, and why you resorted to using only black keys, and why you needed my clouds to protect you as well." With then Izuku saying, "Yeah, but with Kachan, I'll be able to finally go all out. I may not be able to become a pseudo-servant, but I could still go all out using all the magic craft that you've all taught me and I've learned from." With then soon Scott Hatch speaking saying, "Izuku, you do know that," saying, "I know. He's not going to hold anything back against me. He's determined to try and beat me. After all, he even said it himself that he plans on trying to surpass me. But personally, I don't really care. All I want to do is show that I am capable of standing my own, even without my servants. So that's why I need to do this myself." With then, after saying that, with soon Sigurd speaking saying, "We understand. We won't allow that." Within Odysseus speaking saying, "Same here. Any of them who dares to interfere in your fight without you calling them will be stopped." With then soon Nobu saying, "Whoa, you guys can't be serious." With then soon Medusa saying, "Are the two of you being idiots? We are servants. It's our duty to protect him. Simple as that." And if you... Within soon Izuku saying, "Medusa, please. I got this. Trust me." With him as Izuku tries to give that of a comforting smile to the amalgamation of 3 goddesses. Within, she's saying, "Fine, but if you do something stupid, forget you basically punishing me. I will defend you. You got that?" But then Izuku saying, "Absolutely. But trust me, you won't have to." With then hearing the crowd as saying, "Guess it's time to get ready." As now he's walking out as he was called by President Mike. Within Kotaro speaking saying, "I'm worried. This is Bakugo he's facing against." Within soon Sigurd saying, "I would too. especially if this was the same Bakugo from that of a year ago. With then Scott had saying, so I'm not the only one who noticed. With then soon Shape is saying, I saw it coming in a vision about a long time ago. It wasn't it wasn't, well, needless, but to be fair, it makes sense, to be honest. The day that Izuku, alongside us, saved him from the sledge villain, he's become a lot more mellow. Still hates the fact that Izuku is here and tries to put him in his place during the battle trial, but after that, he was a little bit humbled by then. But even still, he still sees Izuku as an obstacle. If anything, by my estimations, Bakugo still sees Izuku as the same child that Izuku used to admire him, and now he just wants to get rid of him. To Bakugo, he believes everything from his past must be erased. With then soon Sigurd saying, so, I was also right as well. Bakugo seems like the kind of person that wouldn't care about anybody from his past, except about the words of praise that he was given to him. That basically went to his head, to the point that everybody around him and even forward are basically below him. He may have calmed down a little bit, but he still believes it to this day. Not only that, when he was around Aldera, I can tell that he hated the school with a passion. He despised the school for basically cuddling him or basically groveling around him like that of masses. Even if he enjoyed the attention, he hated the fact that everybody didn't really see him for him. The worst part is that he also hated the fact that Izuku got more of the attention more than anything, especially during that time when the Hero Public Safety Commission came. I remember seeing his face. He despised the fact that Izuku was the one getting the most attention, even though he hated the fact that that those beneath him admire him while those above him only admire Izuku. And personally, it's starting to get a little bit worse and worse, day in and day out. With All Might, with the teachers, and even now, to this day, when Izuku has won each and every one of the events and has come this far, to him, this fight is to put the one thing from his past that would not disappear down once and for all. With that, many of the servants go into that spirit form to have that of a better eye in that of the arena. Within soon, Izuku already starting to channel his magic circuits through his body. With then soon Bakugo saying, best chance to get out of this now, Deku. Unless you want to summon your little freaking familiars. Then within soon Izuku saying, I will, only as a last resort. Within soon Bakugo widening his eyes saying, what? Within saying, throughout my entire time I've always relied on them to defend me, to protect me, especially from you. But now, not anymore. You want to fight me? You want to prove that you're better than me? Then come straight at me. I don't plan on hiding behind them ever again. No more. Because I don't plan on hiding from you. With then soon, as Izuku prepares his projection magic craft, within creating that with the passion and fury, but instead of them being in their, basic wrappings like they've always been, instead you could see the blades clearly with that of a shine, and you could even feel the mana flowing through them as well. With then soon, even Midnight was quite caught off guard by the swords. Bakugo too, realizing that Izuku was serious. Within soon crouching down, but then explosions began to emerge from his hands, saying, bring it on, you little shitty ass nerd. I'll bring you down right here and now. With then soon President Mike saying, now begin. But soon, at the exact same time, both Izuku and Bakugo head straight for each other. With Izuku using reinforcement magic craft into his legs, pushing him forward, as Bakugo soon sent flying forward, using his explosions to push his momentum forward, with then Izuku channeling that of his wind elemental magic craft into that of the passion, and as the red blade begins to feel the wind magic flowing right through it a lot more easier than it has before, with then Bakugo preparing that of a powerful explosion through that of his right hand, with then soon, as the two were about to collide, both attacks soon hit each other as the explosion hits the magic craft sword, with then both, as it creates that of a massive gust of explosions in that of the arena, with then soon everybody couldn't help but cover their eyes and feel a little bit worried. Back at the Midoriya estate compound, Inko is continually basically looking at the match, with then you can also see basically tons of tissues everywhere screaming, "Izuku, please be okay." As Bakugo's parents are also there, basically looking at the entirety of the match as well. Within Bakugo's father, Masaru, saying, "It seems the two of them are about to go all out against each other." With then Mitsuki, Bakugo's mother, saying, "Makes sense. Damn brat wouldn't hold anything back against Izuku, no doubt about it. I just hope he doesn't get any bright ideas and trying to hurt him too badly. If he does, he's gonna get a beating from me." And soon, Masaru saying, "Oh, Mitsuki, I think it's that very reason on why he's most likely going to go all out on Izuku." With then, soon hearing this, Inko couldn't help but begin to release another geyser of tears once again. With then soon, Mitsuki saying, "Oh God, Inko, stop! You're gonna flood the entire room again!" With trying to calm down that of the plump and greenette woman. With back at the arena, within both Izuku and Bakugo are sent flying back from the collision. However, Izuku recovers as soon as he can, using both that of wind magic craft and reinforcement at the exact same time. Within also Bakugo using his explosions to basically steady himself once more. Within soon, the two continue to clash as Bakugo sends that of a flurry of explosions towards Izuku, with Izuku dodging each and every one of the explosions, while also sending that of gust of wind towards that of Bakugo, as each attack is either missing or their targets are dodging at the exact same time before they hit. Within soon, Izuku preparing to stab into Bakugo. However, the stab was actually just a regular thrust, sending that of a condensed push of that of wind towards Bakugo, basically hitting him straight into the gut, which even actually cuts a little bit through his gym uniform as well, knocking the air right out of him. Within soon, Bakugo being sent flying towards the edge of the arena. Within, President Mike saying, "Is this it? Is Bakugo about to lose it?" Within, just hearing that alone basically makes Bakugo bear through the pain and sends his explosion flying upward. Within, soon adjusting himself before saying, "Nice try, you damn nerd! Now time to die!" Within, soon sending a powerful explosion from both his hands towards Izuku. Within, Izuku channeling more and more of his magic circuits through his swords, as both the passion and the fury began to have that of small tornadoes around the blades. Within, soon, Izuku sends that of a cross slash from both swords towards the explosion, with then creating that of another small explosion sent flying upwards. Within, however, Bakugo used this as the perfect opportunity to burst right through that of the dust cloud towards that of Izuku. Within, Izuku, not being able to react fast enough, was basically punched straight in the face by Bakugo, before then soon grabbed by his collar of his gym uniform, and then used his explosions to basically push him flying upwards and before slamming him to the ground as he collides to the pavement. Izuku couldn't help but gasp for air from that of the pain on his back. Within soon, Bakugo basically was about to, slam right down onto Izuku. Within Izuku, actually deciding to about to take the hit. However, this was basically a diversion as he began to use his lightning elemental magic craft to channel that of lightning through that of his body. Within soon, channeling through that of the fury, he soon sends that of electrifying slash towards that of Bakugo, as he soon feels the electricity basically going through his body all the way to his nervous system and begins to electrocute him entirely. Within soon, Izuku seeing the perfect opportunity as Bakugo begins to fall, as then, instead of using both swords, he begins to reinforce his entire body towards around his right arm. Within soon, as Bakugo was about to fall down to the ground, Izuku couldn't help but scream out, "Smash!" Within, as he lands that of a gut punch onto Bakugo, sending him flying once again. However, instead of just gasping for air, he soon vomit ups his lunch, actually. Within, basically rolling onto the ground. Within soon, everybody couldn't help but scream and actually excitement from seeing the massive battle and clash between these two high-ranking students of the first years. With everybody in the crowd couldn't help but be excited. Within President Mike saying, "Now this is what I'm talking about. You don't see this kind of battle every day." Within soon, Shoto continuing looking at the match, thinking Midori hasn't used any of his other quirks one bit. He's basically fighting against Bakugo with all of his might on his own, with just his own ability, with these own unique quirk abilities. What is he trying to do? Is he trying to prove something? But to who? To himself? To Bakugo? Or to the school? As Aizawa continues to ponder this about his somewhat problem child student after all. Within soon, Izuku began to feel that of the exhaustion going through his body, as he still hasn't fully recovered from his match against Ida, as he's basically burning right through his magic circuits after all. Within soon, Bakugo, having that of a coughing fit, stands right back up saying, "Lucky shot, Deku, but I'm not done yet." Within soon, Izuku looking back at Bakugo, within saying, "Kachan," as he continues looking at the ashen blonde, red-eyed boy. However, when his vision begins to start to blur, within saying, "Damn it, my magic is really starting to wane. That means my body is starting to feel the strain on me. I gotta focus, damn it." Within soon, Bakugo trying to adjust his body to the pain, as the more pain he's feeling, the more his body begins to sweat. Within soon, a powerful explosion sends him flying forwards. Within, Bakugo was about to deal that of a powerful left-handed explosion towards Izuku's face. However, instead, he changes trajectory by creating that of a faint smoke screen, as Izuku was about to slash at Bakugo through the smoke. However, Bakugo soon basically kicks Izuku in the back. Wincing in pain, he basically moves forward. As Bakugo, seeing the perfect opportunity, grabs Izuku on his back, before then soon sending a burst of explosions towards Izuku, with multiple explosions as Izuku begins to scream out in agony. However, this is basically a little bit of simple pains, as he's basically forcing all of his reinforcement magic craft onto the back of his body, on his back head, on his main back, and the back of his calves and heels as well, with trying to withstand many of the onslaught coming at him. With then soon Bakugo releases a powerful explosion once more on Izuku's back before flying backwards, hoping that alone was enough to knock him out. With then soon everybody in the crowd begins to get a little bit worried, wondering if Bakugo went a little bit overboard. However, soon, without even realizing it, Izuku stands right back up before then soon preparing reinforcement on his legs once more, even though he feels like he's in immense pain, rushes at Bakugo at full speed before then soon slashing down onto Bakugo's chest, cutting right through his UA gym uniform, and even a bit of blood spilling right through his chest as Bakugo winces in pain before then soon Izuku using that of the pommel end, the butt end of his hilt of the passion, slamming the red blade into Bakugo's temple, with then Bakugo wincing a lot more in pain before then soon Izuku slamming that of the grip and his fist into that of Bakugo's face, sending him sprawling down onto the ground once more, wincing more and more into pain, within coughing, doing that of a bit of coughing fits, as Izuku, still feeling a little bit dazed, seeing everything coming at him, but then Bakugo saying, "Damn it, why won't you just stay down? Why won't somebody as weak as you, pathetic as you, just stay the hell down and leave me the hell alone?" With glaring eyes of death towards Izuku, but then Izuku realizing, thought so. He hates it. He truly does hate me being here. Throughout the entirety of the event, he's been absolutely angry and pissed at me that I've come this far. And yet, he refuses. He hates it that I made it all the way now to the finals. Within soon, Izuku couldn't help but grit his blade, saying, "Sorry, that isn't up to you. I'm here and I'm staying here. No matter what you say, Katsuki Bakugo, I'm going to continue fighting to become a hero. And I'm going to reach the top. Maybe not to number 1, but I'll still be a hero. No matter what you say or what you do, I'll always be here. Simple as that." As he points that of the passion towards Bakugo, who's still on the ground, before then gritting his teeth, saying, "Okay then, if that's how you want to play it, you damn shitty ass nerd, then I'll make sure that you remember your place again. I'll destroy you right here and now, and remember where you belong." Within soon, Bakugo using the explosions at Izuku, however, he uses it as that of a distraction to send him flying backwards. Using this, he flips back onto his feet, before then soon flying up into the air, and then he begins to see that Bakugo begins to use his explosions to push him as that of a form of momentum, and as he begins to spin over and over and over again, using his explosions, within Izuku realizing what he's trying to do, saying, "That damn bastard!" Within soon channeling both lightning elemental magic alongside his wind elemental magic through that of the passion and fury, while also channeling almost his entirety of his reinforcement magic through both his legs, his arms, and even through his torso as well, which is draining quite a bit of his magic circuits actually. With then soon thinking, "I have to do this. I have to do this. I have to do this." After doing this, soon a burst of mana begins to come out of Izuku's body. With then soon the mana begins to coat almost everything of Izuku's body, even the passion and fury as well. With then Izuku's servants couldn't help but be shocked and surprised seeing this. Within, Sigurd saying, "That's a mana burst." With then, Skyhead saying, "Intriguing. I knew Izuku had potential, but to actually be able to use a mana burst at that is quite interesting. He may have to improve his training session if that's cutting Scott Hatch off." Both Medusa and Nobu couldn't help but scream at all of them, saying, "What are we just standing here? We need to save him. He's going to get himself." With then soon Kotaro speaking, saying, "No, let Izuku handle this." With everybody looking at the evil wind assassin class servant. With then soon Nobu saying, "Okay, I know you have a lot of faith in Izuku, Kotaro, but are you seriously going to let him?" Saying, "I trust him. He can handle this. I know he can. Just wait and watch." With then soon Izuku jumping up into the fray at that, cracking that of the pavement onto the arena. With then soon Bakugo screams out, "Howitzer! Impact!" With then Izuku screams out his own "Smash!" With then sending that of the burst of mana of elemental of lightning and wind towards that of Bakugo's Howitzer Impact as both attacks made contact with one another. With then soon the explosion basically codes the entirety of the arena. With then everybody begins to get shocked and surprised, almost to the point that the impact was almost about to hit many of the spectators and the entirety of the arena, mainly on that of the lower and middle stands actually. Within, Cementos actually using his cement to protect many of the spectators from that of the civilians and even the pro heroes as well, as they feeling the shockwave coming right through that of the concrete that Cementos created. As Cementos looking down, saying, "I'm sorry, you two. We should have stopped standing in the way of this before it went out of hand, and yet we did nothing." With then soon Midnight, who stood back and already preparing her, to rip open her clothes to knock out either one who won or lost after all, given that this is way too far. With then soon, as the smoke begins to erupt from the entirety of the arena, and then it begins to disperse, with soon Bakugo standing back up on his feet, as realizing, did I do it? Did I bring down that dam? With then soon seeing that Izuku is still standing on his feet. However, he's using both the passion and fury to keep himself from basically falling down. As right now, you could see that of blood coming right through his mouth and through that of his right eye and through his left ear as well. As right now, he's basically going through that of a small withdrawal of mana depletion. However, even so, with that of the massive pain of his body and mental organs, even through that of his magic circuits as well, he still stands tall, ready to continue fighting. But realizing that he doesn't have enough to continue fighting. Within soon, Buck is saying, "Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Even after all of that, you still..." Within soon, he's saying, "You're still amazing, Kachan." Within, Bakugo saying, "What? Even after all these years, even after everything, you didn't let the fame and glory go to your head all the way. You still worked hard and trained hard, using your quirk. After all, you're gifted, truly gifted at basically pushing yourself forward to reach the top. I always admired that. Still do to this day. That's why I wanted to fight you, with my standing on my feet, proving that I can handle you no matter what." Within, Bakugo completely and utterly surprised, hearing all of this. But then soon, he begins to get annoyed as well, saying, "You say you wanted to stand on your own 2 feet? Think you could beat me? Don't make me laugh, Deku. Just look at you. You almost look like you already have 1 foot in the grave. All I need to do is knock you out of this ring, and we're done." With then soon, Izuku saying, "Right, you do. That's why." With then soon, seeing that Izuku's, gym uniform is almost completely and utterly ripped, before then soon removing the entirety of it, as under it, as Izuku was wearing that of a black tank top. However, what catches everybody's shock and surprise is that on his arms, showing each and every one of his command seals for his servants, as Kotaro's command seal still hasn't fully returned just yet. But soon, Izuku raising up his left arm, saying, "By my command seal, I order you, Florence Nightingale, Berserker, come to me and end this right here and now." With then soon, the red light from the Berserker command seal begins to fade, as only having that of 2 left. Seeing the match go on in that of the infirmary, Nightingale sees that Izuku is calling her, saying, "I understand, Commander. I will accept these orders on your behalf." Within soon, the golden light begins to consume that of Nightingale. Within, Recovery Girl, completely and utterly shocked, seeing this, saying, "Oh my, what are you?" Within, she begins to turn into pure and utter mana. Before then, in the arena, as Bakugo was about to hit Izuku with that of a powerful explosion, knocking him back out of the arena. However, Midnight was about to step in until standing in the arena being that of Nightingale. However, instead of her being in her typical, casual default combat uniform, instead, she's in basically her true combat uniform, showing that she's not holding anything back, showing her military captain rank jacket, a bandage over her left eye, multiple of her, not adding that of her medical bag, and alongside that of her combat satchel around her waist. Within soon, seeing Bakugo, as she soon just rushes towards him at blinding speed, to the point that Bakugo couldn't even react. Hell, even if he could be able to see and react to it, his body wouldn't have even able to move. It's still at full strength. But then soon, Nightingale slams her fist straight into Bakugo's chest, slamming him straight into the wall of the arena, making that of a huge indent into the wall. With that, Izuku saying, "Thank God I used you instead. Even with your berserker strength, you would still hold back. But did you really have to show up in your true form?" Within soon, Nightingale looks back at her master, saying, "Affirmative, Commander. You asked for my aid, so I gave it to you. But like you said, I did held back. After all, as a nurse, I shouldn't hurt my patients. I still need to heal him after all. But probably do it through that in normal ways, because seeing you're almost depleted of almost all of your mana, and you're going through that of the first stages of mana withdrawal." With then Izuku saying, "Yeah, I know." As Izuku was about to pass out, until a certain glasses-wearing servant catched him, but saying, "Hey, Sigurd." Within soon, looking at his first servant and saber servant, saying, "You did well, Izuku, and you won." With then soon, Midnight completely shocked about what she just saw and completely dumbfounded. Before then, catching back in that she's in reality, saying, "Bakugo is out of bounds. The winner is Izuku Midoriya, who won the UA Sports Festival." With then, soon everybody begins to cheer and react that Izuku has won the sports festival. That he's won each and every one of the three events, and has come on up top to this point, proving that he is truly the best. Within Izuku hearing the praise from the crowd, even from that, his fellow students, within each and every one of Izuku's servants, basically, coding around him with it, as they began to hug the greenette. Even Medusa, with her, not even wanting to be around her fellow servants, but doing so to cheer up their master, after all. Within Izuku saying, I did it. We all did it. I've come this far. Thanks to all of you. With then soon, Sigurd saying, you've done this because of your hard work and your determination to keep on moving forward. You deserve this, Izuku. Don't ever forget that. But then, hearing all this, Izuku couldn't help but smile, enjoy, and that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Love to read them. So, how did you guys like this fight? Sorry that a lot of other things had to take precedence over this fight beginning. The last part, I totally forgot to bring up the Hero Public Safety Commission, so I decided to rewrite it back into this part instead. So yeah. So now you guys know that Hawks is completely adamant on not wanting to kill Izuku. Even though, Izuku still has blackmail material on Hawks, Hawks realized that Izuku is the only hero that most likely just wants to help people. Not for fame, fortune, and glory, not for prestige or anything like that. He genuinely wants to save people's lives. Realizing that a hero like Izuku is too pure for the Hero Public Safety Commission and refuses to even kill him as well. Now seeing that the Public Safety Commission is willing to do anything to get rid of Izuku now by calling in a certain former Safety Commission hero after all. Not only that, it's also bringing the fact that Bakugo continues to look down on Izuku. Even after years of knowing Izuku's servants and years of believing that it's a quirk, he's always continued seeing Izuku as that of somebody beneath him, below him, mainly because he's jealous of him, jealous on how Izuku is determined to continue to push forward. And unlike Bakugo, who mainly wanted to be a hero to prove that he is the best, Izuku, on the other hand, wants to prove that he is a hero to save others and protect them. It's more that Bakugo wants to be reminded and convinced that his ideas and that everything that he's done was not fruitless and pointless when everybody cares more about Izuku over him, after all. So yeah, as for that mana burst, it's gonna come up sooner or later, but I'll bring it up probably next time. So yeah, any rate, if you guys like this, please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell notification to keep up to date my videos when I upload on the channel. Also, please check out my Discord, my gaming channel, my side channel, my Patreon, and my Cash App. All linked in the description below. So, with all that said, this is Liamuki signing out. Later, guys, and I hope you all take care. You know what to do, Shiro.
Hi, everyone. This is White Fox. If you liked Leon's video, click the video on the left to see the most recent one. And if you want to see more of this, click the subscribe button and notification bell and check out his playlists. If you still haven't subscribed, do so in the center. With that said, I hope to see you again on my love's channel. Bye!